I do not personally think that Judges 11 teaches that Jephthah offered his daughter as a literal human sacrifice. Okay, and by literal, I mean he did not take his daughter and kill her on an altar. And the reason I say this is because we are told that the vow that he made was the result of the Spirit of God rushing upon him. So the question is, if the Spirit of God was rushing upon him, the same Spirit who forbade human sacrifice, how could he have made this vow? Well, I think the answer to that is found in the fact that when Jephthah's daughter hears about what happened, she mourns in the mountains her virginity. And that indicates that what we're dealing with here is a consecration to a status of life that is kind of like a nun. This is a tradition which you find in sanctuaries all over the world. Despite those who say it didn't exist in ancient Israel, there is evidence that it did exist in ancient Israel. For example, 1 Samuel 2 says that Eli's son slept with the women at the tabernacle. Now, the horror of this text makes more sense if these women are consecrated to virginity. Remember, women correspond to sanctuaries. We just talked about this earlier. That's why in the Song of Songs, the bride is described in terms of the Holy Temple. And the Song of Songs, that very title is meant to resemble Holy of Holies. So the inviolability of the sanctuary is symbolized in the consecrated life of these women. Okay, and we read in our English translations whole burnt offering, that Jephthah offered his daughter as a whole burnt offering, but actually the word olah is the meaning of the word itself is ascension. Okay, so the ascension offering, Leviticus 1, was burned in its entirety, but that's not what the word itself means. So Jephthah's daughter is made an ascension to the tabernacle, because the tabernacle always exists on a hill, so it's upwards. And she comes out of the house. Remember, the doorway symbolizes the birth canal. That's why birth announcements, 1 Samuel 2, Genesis 17, birth announcements are at doorways. When she comes out of the house, she is born to a new life, which is constituted by her consecration to the tabernacle. So that's how I take Jephthah's offering. Okay, so mango, bango.